Chapter 1. It's all a dream. Dreams, ambitions, everyone has them. Some people dream of scoring a penalty in the World Cup final. Others want to travel around the world. Ellie Stevenson dreams of being a singer. Ellie is a normal 17-year-old girl. She lives in a quiet village in the beautiful Yorkshire Dales. She goes to school, has a part-time job in her dad's shop, and enjoys spending time with her best friends, Cassie and Sky. This is the story of Ellie, and how dreams sometimes do come true.
Pencils down, please.
I quickly try to finish writing one last sentence, but Miss Jones sees me.
Ellie Stevenson, the exam is over.
Please, miss, another 30 seconds. 5?
Humph,
she says, and takes my paper. There's nothing I can do now. I hate biology. I want to be a singer. I wanted to study music at A-level.
You can't study music,
said Dad when I told him at the start of the 6th form in September last year.
If you want a good career, you need to study science.
He's right. The sciences are important, Ellie.
Agreed Sky.
I'm going to study chemistry, biology, physics and maths.
Boring. Why don't you study French like me?
Suggested Cassie, my other best friend.
Mr. Lake, the French teacher, is gorgeous.
I never told anyone about my dream after that. Now here I am, trying not to fall asleep as Miss Jones finishes collecting the answer papers after the biology exam. I start to yawn. Oh, I stayed up studying all night. I'm really tired. I close my eyes. I only want to rest for a minute. But soon, I'm not in the exam room. I'm on stage in front of thousands of fans, my fans. They are shouting my name. I start to play the guitar and they all cheer. They sing the words to my latest hit.
Ellie! Ellie!
Miss Jones's angry voice wakes me up. Eh? Sorry?
It's time to go home,
she says, shaking her head. I'm the only person left in the room. Everyone else has already gone. I was dreaming again. I feel stupid as I pick up my bag and walk towards the exit. Outside it's raining. It's spring, but the sky is grey and miserable. It seems like it will rain forever, and I haven't got an umbrella.
Ellie! Ellie! Wait for me.
I turn around and see Sky running towards me. The only thing I can see is her wild black curly hair. The rest of her is hidden behind a pile of library books. Sky is one of my best friends, but she is the last person you want to see after an exam. You know the type. When Sky gets a B, she's disappointed.
That was so difficult.
She starts to ask me what I answered for question 4 when my mobile rings. It's Cassie. Hi, Cassie, I say, glad of the interruption.
Can you come to my dad's stables?
She asks. She doesn't say, hello, how are you? Typical Cassie. I have to work in my dad's shop this evening. I have to start at 4:30 and it's already 4.
Don't worry about that. I've got something much more important to talk to you about. Meet me at the stables in 5 minutes and bring Sky with you.
But, I start to say, but she has already hung up. When we get to the stables, Cassie is busy riding one of the horses. She looks elegant in her riding clothes. Her makeup and nails, as usual, are perfect. She finishes one final lap and then climbs down from her handsome black horse.
Good, you're here. Now, I've got a surprise for you both. You know my dad asked me what I wanted for a present after studying hard for the exams at the end of the first year.
Sky starts to laugh. Cassie has never studied for an exam in her life. Everyone knows that. Everyone except Cassie's dad.
Well, here it is. What do you think?
She gives us each a piece of paper with a smile. Tickets. There is a silence as we read. Glastonbury Festival? No, it can't be. I read it again, just to be sure. Glastonbury! I can't believe it! I've always wanted to go to Glastonbury,
Tickets for Glastonbury are really expensive.
says Skye.
I can't afford tickets for Glastonbury.
Don't worry about that. They're a present from me. Well, from my dad. He's got to go away on a business trip. He's going to see some new horses in Saudi Arabia. I think he feels guilty leaving me for a month.
For a moment she looks sad. Her dad is always going away and leaving her at home with the housekeeper. Suddenly I have a horrible thought. Dad, he'll never let me go. The Glastonbury Festival lasts 3 days. My dad worries if I go out for more than 3 hours.
What's wrong, Ellie?
Asks Cassie.
Aren't you happy? I thought you loved music.
I do, I say quickly. I do, and of course I want to go. It's just that I feel stupid. I'm 17 years old, but I sound like a baby. I just don't know how I'm going to persuade my dad to let me go.
That's a shame, Ellie,
says Cassie.
You see, on MTV this afternoon they said that another group is going to perform too. But if you don't want to see Murphy play live...
Murphy? I ask, my voice shaking. My heart starts to beat loudly.
That's what I said. Murphy, the sexiest, most gorgeous man alive. But if you don't want to upset your dad...
She tries to take the ticket back. No, I shout quickly, pulling the ticket away from her. I'll be there.
Cook him a nice dinner,
suggests Cassie.
Work extra hours in the shop,
suggests Skye. The shop. I suddenly remember and quickly look at my watch. 4:35.
What is it?
Asks Cassie. The shop, I say, running towards the door. I'm late for work. I can hear Cassie and Skye laughing as I run out of the stables and into the cold rain. But I don't care, and soon I am laughing too. I'm going to see Murphy.
Chapter 2. Lying to Dad.
Have you told your dad about Glastonbury yet?
Asks Cassie a few weeks later. We are walking Skye's pet dogs through the countryside of the Yorkshire Dales. I love living here. We let the dogs off their lead. They run and start to play in the fields. I feel that nothing could spoil this perfect moment. But then Cassie reminded me that I haven't told Dad about the festival. It's difficult to find the right moment, I try to explain. Cassie looks at me, and I know she doesn't believe me. Honestly, the shop's always busy, and then he was angry with me for failing that biology exam. We put down our blanket. Cassie lies down and starts to read a fashion magazine. Skye takes a chemistry book from her rucksack and starts to study. I lie down too. I thought that Cassie was happy with my explanation, but soon she asks,
Why don't you speak to Liz?
My stepmother?
She's always trying to make you happy. If you ask her, she'll definitely say yes. Then,
she smiles,
your dad can't say no.
She lies back happily in the sun, but it doesn't seem right. I like Liz. I don't want to cause an argument between her and Dad. When we say goodbye, Cassie says,
Promise me you'll tell him.
I will, I say.
Tonight.
Tonight, I answer, but I don't sound very sure. When I get back, the shop is quiet. Dad is singing his favourite Elvis song, and I realise that this is the perfect moment.
Hello, love,
he says with a smile. He is busy stacking shelves, but he stops to kiss me on the cheek.
how was your day?
fine, I say, but I don't look at him. I feel guilty already. Dad? For a moment I don't speak. Dad hates lies. But then I think of Murphy. You know the final exams are in June. You know, those big exams at the end of the first year of the sixth form.
Yes, of course I do. So?
Well, Cassie has suggested that we have a party after the exams, the last weekend in June, at her place, you know, to celebrate. Cassie's dad said that it's okay for me and Sky to sleep there afterwards. We can help clean up after the party. What else can I think of to say? How can I continue? Then we can spend the next day planning what to study in the summer holidays. Make a study plan for all of us. That way we'll all be really prepared for the next school year. Then we'll spend another night there, and then I'll come back. I can't think of anything else to say. Dad looks at me in a strange way. Surely he knows I'm lying.
A party? So you're sure you're going to pass next time?
Of course she's going to pass. And she'll deserve a party afterwards.
It's Liz, coming out of the storeroom with a large box. She has curly red hair, bright pink lipstick, and even brighter earrings. She wears so many bracelets that they jingle when she walks.
I'm still not sure,
says Dad.
Who's going to this party? Apart from you, Sky and Cassie.
Oh, just the boys and girls in the class. We'll probably have a barbecue in the garden, then listen to music and dance. It's going to be so good to relax after all that studying.
She's right, Bill.
Liz smiles at Dad, and he starts smiling too.
No problem, Ellie,
he says.
But I hope you're going to study hard for the exams.
I jump up and hug him. Thanks, Dad. I kiss him on both cheeks.
Just make sure you pass the next biology exam.
With studying and preparing for Glastonbury, the next month passed quickly. Sky learnt how to build a tent. I bought my train ticket, and Cassie bought 10 different tops for our weekend. Everything was perfect. That is, until early one Friday evening in May. I was in the storeroom putting away boxes after a delivery when I heard Dad say a name I know well.
Hello, Steve. I haven't seen you for a long time,
says Dad. Steve? Steve! It's Cassie's dad. What's he doing here? He never comes into the shop. I quickly start to climb down the ladder, but in my hurry I miss the last step and fall onto a pile of boxes. My ankle hurts, but there's no time to think about that now. I run as fast as I can into the shop. My dad continues talking to Steve.
It's nice of you to let the class have a party at your place, Steve,
says Dad. Steve looks confused.
Sorry? What party? When?
I watch them in silence. I don't even breathe.
After the exams. The last weekend in June, I think,
continues Dad.
And then you're going to have 3 teenage girls in the house for a couple of days. Almost as bad as the party.
My heart starts to beat faster and faster as I wait for Steve to answer. Please don't tell him, please.
Oh, now I know what weekend you're talking about, Bill,
says Steve.
But there's no party that weekend. That's when the girls are going to Glastonbury.
No, no, no,
Glastonbury?
says Dad, his face starting to turn red.
You mean the rock concert?
Yes. Anyway, I must go, Bill. Come and have a drink with me at the golf club sometime.
But Dad doesn't answer him. Slowly he looks at me. His eyes are big and angry, and even his bald head has become purple. At that moment, I knew that my dream of seeing Murphy was over.